What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre, the reviews and reviews, back in here with one more video. All right, guys, listen up and listen close. Got a video today that was just sent to me. Actually, I saw it multiple. I got an email about it. I had a bunch of Discord messages in it. Shout out to my Patreon. And then I saw a bunch of Instagram messages with this one video. Apparently, you guys want me to react to this, to give you my thoughts. So that's exactly what we're going to do. An owner of popular Dallas upscale kitchen called True Kitchen and Cocktails with a K, all right? The owner politely asked a group of young women to chill from twerking and dancing. Minutes later, the same patrons got up and started twerking on the furniture. So the owner went in and voiced his frustration. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the video completely through, and then I'm gonna play it over again. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on top of it as well. It's a very short clip, but it's very impactful. Without further ado,
I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a, come on, stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, take it to crime, take it to pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I'm on men to show respect for themselves, for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the fuck out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it now. Don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
all right, real quick. So just to start off with, the brother is getting some flack as well as some kudos for the way that he handled that conversation. Okay, here's how I thought about it. Slow clap, brother. Slow clap. Here's the reason, okay? If you allow people to act like children and do what they want, when they want, how they want, then they will act like children. They will act how they want. Now, the majority of people, you hope, in life are raised with certain standards, morals, principles, things that they stick to in different situations, environments. But not everybody has that level of discernment. And there could be a bunch of reasons why they do not have that capability. In this case, we don't know all of the information. Alcohol might have been involved. But if you don't check people who are unwilling to check themselves and do it in a way where they can respect you, they can hear you, then they will continue the behavior. Just like a child that you do not check when they do something incorrect will continue the behavior. This concept of how your behavior not changing if it is not checked will continue in childhood all the way until adulthood. There are plenty unchecked old people who shouldn't be giving anybody advice because they have no correct life experiences, and it just is what it is at the end of the day. I think that the way that he did it was powerful. There's some things in there that I think he got specific backlash on, and I wanted to attack those very specific points in the playback. But kudos to you, brother. And this is the reason why. Because you have morals and principles, and you have built a business around those morals and principles. You stated those very clearly There was there was no lapse in clarity in the things that you were saying. Okay? There was no lapse in clarity, right? And you stick to it. And I think it's for good reason. What other types of restaurants do you see people twerking up on the furniture? This is an upscale restaurant that services mostly black people from all over the Dallas area, but they are, if not the popular, one of the popular restaurants in the area. I took a look at their Facebook page. Look what this owner has built. Look at the videos. Look at the review. Look at this. 53,000 people have liked this. Okay? 53,000 people have liked this. That's not an easy feat to make, especially for a restaurant that is geographically locked. That's probably like equivalent to me getting 600,000 likes or subscribers on my video. It's probably roughly about the same. I might be off, but fantastic business that you have set up. How dare anyone thinks that they can bring hood booger behavior from home to affect the brand of your company, to affect the brand of your organization? How dare you? Now listen, I want to go back into the actual video. I think he said some things in there that I wanted to talk about as well. So let's get back in it. Let me replay it. Gross.
I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a... Come on, stop the music, please.
Now, just real quick, he just told his DJ to stop the music. Now, what he said there to start off with is I invested in a lot of money. I would guess, just taking a look at the Facebook site, millions of dollars in order to build what he has built, and then to maintain what he has built, to pay employees to work within the restaurant. It's time, money, risk, sacrifice, pressure. It's so many things that I think people who have not built anything from the ground up have no idea the stress, the anxiety, the sleepless nights to make your vision come true. They have no idea. They have no concept. They have no concept of what it actually takes to become the best at something, to do something unlike what other people are able to do, or where other people have tried, got a little bit of success, and then failed. They have no idea, okay? So what he starts out with is the blood, sweat, money, and the tears. And he talks about money in order to try to make it relevant to them, meaning he's trying to speak on their language to a degree, because everyone understands money. Not everyone understands effort, and that's real, okay? Let's get back in it.
Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my...
Just real quick, before he gets to that next comment, what he's saying is I built this for my people. Now, some people, some detractors I've seen online have said, well, but you're making all of this money off of it. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, how can we talk about support black businesses on one side of the coin, and then you get other detractors that are like, but they're making money off of it? It doesn't make sense. If you make a product that is worthy of being supported, okay? True support, not you trying to do something for a little while and you want your friends to come out to your events and stuff like that. No. I'm talking about making a service or a product where people who do not know you are interested in your service and your product, and then they continue to go back there because they love your service or your product. You understand what I'm saying? But what he's saying is that he's doing it for his people. So if he built that for his people and he gets a profit off of it, why does that matter? It shouldn't matter at all. This is a capitalistic society. He should be rewarded because he did something better than most of the people who try, especially restaurants. Restaurants are some of the highest started and then failed businesses in America. It's ridiculously hard to start a business on something that is on damn near every street corner, especially in a Dallas, and to be in a Dallas, which is known for its food. So obviously he's done something magnificent. Okay, let's go on. Let's continue. And not only magnificent, but for black people. And when he says that, I believe him, because the music that's playing, the decor that I was seeing as I was taking a look at the Facebook page, you can tell he's doing that with a specific audience in mind. Pay attention.
My customers are ladies, and I want men to show respect for themselves and how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are talking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the fuck out of my restaurant.
Now, real quick, so he did just sun them, but what he said is that 70% of my clientele or my patrons are women. So how can I tell the guys that come in here to respect themselves when you are not respecting themselves? This statement right here did cause also an additional level of ire across the internet as well. I'm going to tell you from my perspective how I interpreted this message. I interpreted this message as there's more of you. So if there's more of you, and if I don't check you, if I don't check this twerking stuff that's being done on my furniture that I paid probably more for this couch than you make in half of a year, okay? If I allow you to do that and you are my patrons, most of my patrons, and you are setting the example, if I have the dudes that come in here, they will follow that example. Now, I would not have worded it like that because at the end of the day, I don't look towards women as an example, but I understand of how I should act, but I understand where he is coming from and who are his audience and who is mostly in the restaurant and who has the majority to set the tone of how to act in the restaurant. They set the tone. Similar, there's 90% men that follow, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That comment section, which is reviled to certain sectors of YouTube, you understand what I'm saying? All right? They set the tone. Whether or not I like it or not, for people who mostly skim through the comment section and don't even want to look at the video, they are setting the tone. My Patreon group, all right? Because I can refine how the rules of my Patreon group, I can refine those rules. They set the tone. My Patreon group, oh, you go up in there and it's critical thinkers. It's not people who just shame to shame or just call shit out, right? So I say all that to say I'm getting off topic here for a subject, but what he's trying to say is you are the majority of my audience, so you will set the tone in this particular establishment. So tighten up. Let's keep going.
Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it now. Don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
You hit him with the thank you on the way out? You hit him with the thank you on the way out? I applaud you yet again. Now listen to what he said. He hit him with the ultimate uppercut. He said, I do not need your money. I also believe him when he says this as well. Now, does this mean he wants his business to be shut down? He don't need your money? Obviously not. But for the few spoiled apples that want to spoil the bunch potentially, and maybe, and perhaps I shouldn't have phrased it like that because it's probably not the intent. The intent is probably to just have fun in the best way that she knows how to have fun, which is to twist her hips up in a gyrating motion for the world to see. But it is what it is, okay? But he hit him with the ultimate dragon uppercut when he said, I don't need your money. And I believe him, and I applaud him for being able to say that. Why? Because he started off his statement in saying how much that he's invested in, and he finished saying, even though I invested all of this money, I don't need yours. And I think that's a powerful way to end that with a polite thank you and I'll walk away. No conversations, no follow-ups. This is what it is. I'm going to watch you. And if I see any of that happening again, you're out of here. Okay? There's also a lot of people that hit on this phrase when we come up to a conversation like this, and it's called respectability politics, as if someone is dictating to you how to carry yourself, and they're using how to respect yourself as a weaponized term to get you to conform to some standard, as if we live in a society where you can act however it is that you want to act and then expect respectable treatment. It's an absurd phrase, to be honest with you. But let me just show you an example of, of where this ilk of person comes from. Shout out to the wonderful world of Facebook. This is why I don't maintain a Facebook account, because some of the things that you see from human beings and the way that they think is just absolutely floors me. This young lady right here, but they're playing upbeat music. Is there a sign that says no dancing or please don't enjoy yourself? You shouldn't be allowed to vote. You should have no say on anything ever on in earth. To have to explain to somebody. Listen, it's like, let's say I'm throwing a party, okay? I'm throwing a party, right? I got some music playing. Just because I have fantastic music playing, does that then mean in turn that you can hop on my couch with your shoes on and twerk? My mind, so like, my mind is boggled, young lady. That's what it is. I'm trying to understand. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. I think that you should rethink the way that you summarize life. Anyway, this guy is canceled. Oh, is he now? He's canceled because as far as I'm concerned, if he did it for the culture part of the culture is dancing. I have no interest in his restaurant. Good. Don't go into his restaurant. Go into some other restaurant that would allow twerking. I don't know any type of upscale restaurant that would allow that level of disrespect. But good. You're not welcome if that's the way that you think about Earth. I mean, it just is what it is. He doesn't want you in there. It's his business. He has a right to kick you out. It's his rules. There doesn't have to be any policy stated for you not to enact common sense. For you to take yourself and how you currently feel in this situation. Oh, the music just feels so good. Let me just hop up on this couch and let everyone see my ass move in a circle. Like, no, do that in the privacy of your own home, on your own time, when you're not in public in an establishment. You could do it all that you want. But when you're in someone else's place of business, all right, a private place of business, you have to respect their rules. And if not, there will be consequences for your actions. What we see here far too often is people not expecting or wanting consequences for bad behavior. This is the final thing that I'm going to say before I get out of here. All right, this video is going on way too long. If I'm ever in Dallas, I love Dallas, by the way. It's a fantastic city. Next time in Dallas, I'm going to this restaurant because now I know about it. Now I understand the temperament, and I respect the owner for standing up for himself, and as well as everyone else in that restaurant that doesn't want to see what was on display there on his furniture. And I'm going to give him a handshake, all right? I'm going to give him a handshake. I'm going to tip over 20%, and I'm going to eat heartily. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box down below for his Facebook group. Feel free to go up there and send him a message of encouragement or discouragement, depending upon of your temperament of how you took this video. I know what I'm going to do, though, all right, at the end of the day. Questions, comments, concerns, you already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, I also got a Patreon as well. Feel free to go up there to continue to support me as a content creator. YouTube be on some funny-ish, and I get videos that get demonetized. So if you like the content that I provide to you and you want to support me, feel free to go up there and to take a look. What will surprise you is that there's an entire community of magnificent, dope people that are focused on increasing their value or sharing how they became high value with the people in the network. We're going to build this thing from the grassroots, and I'm going to do it with you by my side. Until next time, you too. Peace!
Hood booger, hood booger, hood booger.